The MoneroTopia guest segment is sponsored by Cake Wallet. Store, send, receive, and exchange your Monero and Bitcoin safely on iOS and Android too. Cake Wallet is open source, and you always control your own keys.
All right, Kush, what's up, man?
Yo, how's it going, guys? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Loud and clear.
Awesome. Great show, by the way. Every topic was up my alley. And I don't know, you guys going to need to get me on the show now and then because, yeah, great topics, great discussion. Love it.
Yeah, it's an open platform. You're welcome to join anytime. We have our special guests, but then we also have at the end of the show, we do viewers on stage where anybody can jump up and talk. So always welcome to join. But yeah, we wanted to bring you on today as the special guest. You're one of the MoneroTopia sponsors in an Adoption Alley. We greatly appreciate. Actually, no, do we have you on as a full sponsor? Right? But I don't even now. No, yeah. You took a privacy tech sponsorship. Greatly appreciate that. And so we wanted to bring you on, learn about your product. My understanding, it's more than just a instant exchange. There's more to it. So why don't you go ahead and tell the people.
Should I also bring Forrest up? Is he?
Yeah, Forrest. I think he's on the sidelines as well, waiting to join us.
Yeah, I'll bring him up.
Yeah, bring
All right.
Forrest up.
How's it going?
Hey guys, awesome show. Thanks for letting me up. I think I'm gonna let Kush take most of the lead, but be here as a bit of a hype man on the side, you know, to chime in and talk about SquadSwap when appropriate. But he's definitely the Monero guy in the crew.
Awesome.
Sweet. Yeah, no.
Forrest is my wingman, you know. I take him to the clubs and everything. You know, you got my back.
I mean, you can't show up to the party without your wingman, right? I mean,
there you go. Oh man.
You guys make a good duo here. So go ahead, give us the quick pitch on what it is, and I'm sure we'll get into it on a deeper level.
Yeah, sure. Definitely. I mean, well, let me start off with myself. Yeah, I've been in crypto since the early days, early 2012. You know, bought my first Bitcoin when it was under $50, and yeah, ever since I've been on this journey, you know, and pretty much quit my day job and did quite well for myself in this industry. So yeah, eventually got bored of trading and wanted to build stuff and being an early miner of Monero as well back in the days. Should have kept most of it, but that's another story. But yeah, I mean, you know, I'm all about privacy and freedom, and you know, I mean, Ron Paul got me down this rabbit hole journey, and you know, yeah, started going deeper into more into crypto. I like that whole cyberpunk concept, and which, you know, Bitcoin diverted it away from since it got hijacked. But Monero is the new cyberpunk, you know, so that's good. So yeah, I'm here to you know, fully support it, embrace it, bring awareness to it, because yeah, to me it's the closest thing. I mean, yeah, as you guys mentioned, you know, cash is going to get replaced, and eventually it's, you know, there's got to be digital currency. And as far as what's most aligned with you know, libertarian ideologies and freedom and privacy, it's Monero. You know, it's unbeatable. So yeah, we started our exchange, SquadSwap. It's almost a year. A lot of stuff, a lot of building, but now we want to use that platform to you know, show support for Monero, bring awareness, and especially all these delistings, which was great for me because I scooped up all those dips. But yeah, you know, we want to, you know, we see that as opportunity, pretty much, right?
So
go ahead.
is Monero listed on SquadSwap right now?
It is. Matter of fact, we just got the bridge up. You guys can test it. I would use small amounts for now because but by the time MoneroTopia, it should be fully tested, vetted, and UI improved. I mean, UI is still very minimalistic, and because it's very simple function. It's kind of a bridge. So there is two parts to it, right? Because there's the wrapping part where you're bridging Monero over to Binance Chain, and then you have the DEX part where you can, trade it decentrally. And
Yeah, so why don't we give a little shout out to SquadSwap and what it is exactly, Kush?
Yeah.
Because I think a lot of people here probably don't know, right?
Yeah,
sure.
definitely. Yeah, I think most people are just assuming it's just like a standard instant exchange, but there's
this
kind
is
of
my
a
first
more
time hearing about it.
decentralized element to it.
Go ahead, Forrest. Give him a brief rundown on what the platform is.
Yeah, so SquadSwap is a DEX, and it's actually a multi-chain DEX. We're currently operating on BNB Chain, Arbitrum, Base, Polygon, Blast, and Optimism. But most of our community is really on BNB Chain. And what's happened recently is, we've been growing, and obviously for us as a DEX, decentralization is a cornerstone to anything that we do. On the DEX, you could swap very, very easily between tokens and also farm after you provide liquidity on certain pairs and even earn rewards from pools. So it's super cool. We've been super stoked because we've been kind of rolling out new features that bring a centralized exchange experience onto a DEX, right? So our slogan is actually better than sex. Because that's the experience we're really looking for, and we want to build tools for traders because we are traders, right? And yeah, when it comes to Monero, right now you could use wrapped Monero on BNB chain because there's been a group of devs who've set up a bridge between Monero and Binance Smart Chain. So you deposit your Monero, and then on the other side you get wrapped Monero. And on SquadSwap, what that means is that it's allowing people to trade pretty easily and also earn some more rewards. If they provide liquidity or even just by staking the Squad token, they could earn some wrapped Monero. Much like you guys, we're huge believers of privacy. And I think what happens, I'm sure you're pretty well aware, is we kind of get stuck in these echo chambers, right? And so what we thought with wrapped Monero is that this is going to reach out to a whole new audience of users and people who really want to access the upside of the token.
I think your timing is obviously fantastic. Monero is always looking for new unstoppable on ramps and off ramps. As we're all seeing, Monero is getting delisted basically from every centralized exchange. So out of a pure need, something like SquadSwap really could help serve a purpose in the community. How long has it been around? How long has this DEX been around?
Just under a year now. So
Okay.
in December we'll be celebrating our first birthday, and yeah, I mean for MoneroTopia we'll be hitting 11 months, so we're excited.
Okay, so yeah, not too long. What are most people been using it for? Can you give us like some insight into who most of your traders are? What are most people swapping on SquadSwap?
Sure. We do have an aggregator, so if you swap on our swap, you're pretty much hitting multiple exchanges, DEXs simultaneously to get the best price impact, right? But we are trying to we've been experimenting few use cases, and stuff, but we've just a little background. The whole platform began from there's actually a link at the bottom if you go to info and learn about rise of SquadSwap. It's an interesting story because it's a community project that was that started from a NFT collection called Pancake Squad, NFT collection, and that was created by PancakeSwap. So that was their original NFT mint they did. They've supported IFOs, and you could use the squad collection as your profile image or earn points on Pancake Squad. But eventually, the community, um, diverged, and because they didn't feel like they were being appreciated, or you, enough utilities weren't being delivered, or actually nothing was being done for the community. So community said, okay, screw it, we'll just start our own decks, right? So and here we are down a year later. I kind of lead the project, but it's really a community project that was started. So we do have use cases. You could take any NFT and wrap it into uh, a new standard. I forgot the ERC number for it, but you pretty much, it's a 404. So it's a DN 404 standard, which pretty much tokenizes your NFT. So you could take any NFT, wrap it into a token, and now you could exchange it on any DEX, Uniswap, SquadSwap, whatever. So you can tokenize any NFT, add it to the farms, pools, provide liquidity. It gets treated as pretty much any token. So we were the first ones to create a universal NFT wrapper. We're bringing, if you actually go to our main page and click on advanced mode, we're bringing, centralized exchange field to a DEX. So it's actually using the same engine, same contract, same backend, to provide centralized exchange like trading. So you can do limit orders, spread orders. We're adding all kind of new features as well down the line, and we will be pushing new updates, UI updates very soon, which drastically improves a lot of things. Right now it's still early beta, but yeah, the idea is to have a decentralized exchange where you're still custodian of your funds and everything, but your experience is no different than centralized exchange. It's actually much better because you get much deeper liquidity, we will have more built-in bots, so you can execute, your own custom-made bots or in-house made bots. So it's really going to be a nice hub for traders, whether you're a beginner who just wants to do a simple swap, or you want to do some advanced trading, charting, botting, and all that jazz. But and as far as Monero, we do have in that advanced menu where, on centralized exchanges, you have the pair section, whether it's on the right or whatever. We will have XMR pair section. So there will be a section of pairs strictly under XMR category, and we will try to bridge over other layer one coins, maybe privacy coins as well down the line, whether it's Zano, Dash, whatever it might be. But if they do, they will be primarily pegged against Monero, because we see that as as far as privacy coins go, Monero is the king.
Very cool, very cool. So practically speaking, for somebody who wanted to use SquadSwap perhaps as a way to obtain Monero,
sure,
like real Monero, like what would be the steps that they would have to go through? What would be the easiest way for them to get into Monero using SquadSwap?
Of course. So we have the bridge creators, the dev team, we're very close to him. I've known him again since the earlier days, 2013, 14. These are one of the most, and in this space, you really, to build trust, credibility, it's not about being doxxed. It's about actions and time, right? That's what takes, um, um, that's the main ingredient to building trust and credibility. Well, we're working with such a team, create a multi signature wallet to create this bridge system. So if you go to xmrwrap.com, I think I'm gonna check myself. I want to make sure I'm giving the right, but yeah, it should be XMR wrap. XMR.
Oh, Still there?
May have lost
Hello,
him.
hello.
Hello,
Yeah,
can you
Kush,
hear
it
me?
is XMR
There we go.
Yeah. Hello.
wrap.com.
Yes, we got you.
Okay, so yeah, that's the site. It's actually much simpler to use than standard bridges people are used to using.
What is
So
the
the
site?
concept xmrwrap.com.
Okay.
So you wrap your XMR into a BNB BSC token, and they're gonna add support for other chains as well down the line and other layer one coins to be bridged. But XMR is the first one. So yeah, you go to xmrwrap.com. Just enter your wallet BSC address that you want to deposit your XMR to. Soon as you click register, it'll give you deposit address. And from that day forth, you don't even have to go to that website. You can
It's
just,
xmrwrap.com, not wrapped.
yeah, wrap, not wrap.
Yeah, I sent it in the
Sorry.
private chat if you want.
Oh, wrap.com? Okay, got it. I see it.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
So yeah, you just enter your BSC address, click register, you get your dedicated deposit address. Right now it's static. We are gonna make it where optionally you can choose a new address each time, for increased anonymity. But yeah, right now you get that address, and as soon as you get your address, you don't even have to go to the website anymore. Anytime you want, just send any amount to that address, and it will get deposited into your BSC address. And if you
Oh,
want
that's
to
interesting.
and if you want to unwrap, just go to the website, connect the wallet, choose the amount you want to unwrap, the destination XMR address, click transfer, and transfer goes instantly into your wallet. Deposits wrapping will take some time because we do require, I think minimum is 3 confirmations. 3 to 10 will adjust that, but yeah,
So
yeah.
just from my understanding, because I honestly I never used wrap Monero. So for somebody who wants to obtain Monero, right? They would go to your DEX, they would trade some other crypto for wrapped Monero, right?
Yes.
That's simple enough. That's just like using a instant exchange. They'll get their wrapped Monero, and then they would take that back to something like xmrwrap.com, and then they can turn their wrap Monero into unwrapped Monero, correct?
That's right.
That's right.
You can
Okay.
test it. Right now we have about, I think, close to 40K liquidity, but our the goal is to get that at least 250,000 before MoneroTopia, and by the end of the year we should have about close to 1 million concentrated deep liquidity for Monero. But
That's pretty
yeah, you
cool.
could.
That's pretty cool. Who runs
You,
this xmrwrap.com? Is that you guys as well, or?
Well, it's our peers, great devs. Like I said, we've known them for over a decade. We've done um, huge amounts in group buys, transactions, escrow. None of our people are doxxed. I'm not doxxed. Most of my team people have never seen my face. But yeah, we try to stay anonymous. However, um, the bridge wallet, you could say, that custodian wallet is a multi-signature, though we are aiming to fully decentralize the bridge, even the domain. So even the domain website, we're experimenting with new ways of it. So even if the front page is seized, taken down, whatever, well, it can't, because that domain itself, the TLD, will be decentralized, as well as the backend that will be running on a decentralized nodes, including the Monero wallet itself.
Okay,
So.
okay. Tux, have you ever messed around with wrap Monero?
No, I've never used the Binance Smart Chain. So
Well,
I've
let me
never.
give you guys some history on this. It's actually Binance when CZ was running the show in the earlier days, and this is when you actually the earlier signs that Binance is about to be taken over shown was. Um, it wasn't really the delisting, because Binance officially was supporting the XMR wrapped version on Binance chain. They actually had Binance pegged XMR. They just they decommissioned it eventually. So I was like, something's up. Because even the Doge, right? Like if you see, like there's official Doge wrapped version on all the chains. So who's the official pegger, right? You gotta ask. So I believe the current version is still Binance pegged Doge. So even like if you go to if you're trading on a PancakeSwap or doing loans on VXS, like these huge platforms, and even on Ethereum, you're trading Doge. That's obviously a wrapped version of Doge. That's not the real Doge, right? So who's the wrapper? You got to ask, right? So that's where it goes back to. So I think the current version is still Binance, but they're still supporting Doge wrap version, but they pulled the plug on the XMR. So we're just kind of taking over where they left off, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think you'll definitely see some demand. Like I said, people are always looking for new ways to get in and out of Monero in a KYC free way, in a kind of unstoppable, decentralized way. So as you continue to develop this tech and this platform, and it works right now today, right? For somebody that wants to effectively get in and out of Monero,
Yeah, like you have the page open. If you go to like click earn tab, go to farms, you can actually earn. I think the APR at the moment is close to 30% or something. You can actually earn 30% APR just providing XMR liquidity. And we'll adjust this as needed as more LP increases to keep the APY high. So
across the screen there. Okay.
Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool. So wait, what can you currently earn on Wrap Monero right now?
So by providing liquidity, by providing, I think the pair is Monero and is it BTC?
Click on the farms tab.
No, it's BNB. Monero and BNB.
Monero and BNB liquidity, then you could earn about 30% in the farm by providing liquidity and then staking your LP tokens in the farm. And not only that, we also have pools, right? And so these are generally for squad token holders, and it's a way of like onboarding our community into different tokens and different, giving them exposure into different worlds. And so if you go up, scroll up, you'll see the pool tab. If you keep scrolling up, you'll see pools next to farm or liquidity types. a little higher there, little higher.
Okay, pools.
Yeah, there we go. And so now if you scroll down to the bottom of this page, you'll see the opportunity for people to scroll to earn wrapped Monero by staking Squad. And so, this is our way of onboarding more people into the community, right?
Yeah, getting XMR into more hands, pretty much.
What are the risks involved, right? I mean, earning 30% sounds amazing, kind of like a little too good to be true. What are the risks that come with doing something like that?
Well, it's 30% because the liquidity is still low. I mean, as the liquidity increases, that APY will decrease. So you'll probably stabilize around maybe more of a 5%, I'm assuming. But again, it's up to the demand. Yeah, if the volume is good, then that could definitely go higher than 5%. It could still go above double digits. It all depends on the volume afterward. But yeah, it's still not bad. And all they gotta do is wrap some XMR, provide liquidity, and start earning. And you could even compound, sell your earnings, buy more XMR, add it to the LP, or withdraw it, unwrap it to your wallet, and keep your XMR in a safe place. But as far as the contracts on the platform, we are audited by top companies. There's two. We use Cyberscope and also Peck Shield, which did, which is the team that company that did the auditing as well for PancakeSwap, and they've pretty much been hacked. hack proof, and knock on wood, so have we. But yeah, contracts are there, they're open, they're audited. You guys, anyone is open, welcome to audit it themselves, check it out. And but yeah, as far as the funds, you're still the custodian of your own funds, whether you're using the DEX or not. But yeah, I'm not I would, yeah, honestly, I would say the weakest chain in the link would be at this point. Again, it's not like I don't want to scare people off, but yeah, but it would be the
No,
bridge. Yeah,
okay.
but again, there's steps already in place to mitigate any high risk. And we're also putting more steps into, matter of fact, to mitigate any potential risk by completely decentralizing the bridge as well, not just from
Mhm.
um, you know, from even ourselves, and from authority, and from hackers, and all that jazz. But yeah, I mean, we know we're old school. We know what it takes. We know the optics of things. We know that this is crypto community, at least the OG group. They drill down. They like to ask questions. They like to see where the weak points are, versus the new generation of meme coiners and price go up and rah rah Michael Saylor. But no, we're trying to keep it true to the core. But yeah.
Beautiful. Nihilist, or I guess nihilist. That's a tips $1.23. Very glad to see more decentralized exchanges pop up. Stay ungovernable, folks. Thank you very much. Yeah, we are always excited to see more on ramps, off ramps to Monero. Tip 25 cents. How long does it have to be wrap staked for are there for any limitations? I guess somebody's saying,
No,
like, yeah, is there timing involved? If you stake your Monero, does it have to stay locked for a certain amount of time, or
no, there's no time limits, expiration is on anything. It's all up to you.
Yeah, you could wrap and unwrap.
Yeah, you
within
can
the
be in
click
and
of a
out.
few buttons.
If you want to
yeah?
make
I
a
mean, a lot of
quick
this.
trade. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are probably like kind of like rolling your, like, why these guys seem so noobish about that? Because I mean, a lot of people Monero, we do is use crypto Monero for trading peer to peer as digital cash,
Yeah.
right? Like, there aren't a lot of you know dexes around for Monero. There's not a lot of ways to do DeFi with Monero. So I don't think there's
Yeah.
too many
Right.
people out there who have even done like the wrap to Monero thing. I know
Oh,
it's been around for a while. So
oh,
yeah,
trust me, man. I know the pain, and I was just fortunate enough. Well, we were fortunate enough to be in a position that we saw the writing on the wall. We saw these delistings. We saw,
mhm.
and I mean, you can even check my tweets. I tweet about this stuff, and I even say it. One day there's gonna come a day where all these Bitcoin maxis are actually gonna attack the Monero community. They're actually gonna work hand in hand with government entities to take down Monero, because in reality, that's is the real threat to Bitcoin. I mean, Monero is what Bitcoin was supposed to be. I mean, we all started with Bitcoin. Yeah, we knew it wasn't anonymous, but we knew there was ways of taking anonymous routes, right? There was mixers, just custodian, KYC custodian wallets, nothing, right? So it wasn't that much of a concern, but right now it looks like it's funny to me also, when people say, oh, Bitcoin is the most decentralized. No, it's not. There's actually 2 or 3 people that manage the main 2-3 pools that have over 51% of the hash rate. And these are already factories, warehouses under government regulations. All it would take is the government to say, hey, you're not going to allow any process any transaction that is not a whitelisted address or KYC address, something, right? If you don't follow this, we're going to shut your facility down. And if only 2-3 oblige, then that's it. Screw your decentralization. It's all gone.
Yeah, I
So
mean, like for
Right. That
Bitcoin,
doesn't matter
over
how strong
50%.
your hash power is. Go ahead. Sorry, Tux.
I was just saying for Bitcoin, over 50% of the hash rate, isn't it like via BTC, Foundry USA, and Antpool, and that's like the majority of the hash rate on Bitcoin?
Yeah, pretty much. And you know, it's also funny when they're like, "Oh, run your own full node, help decentralization." No, you're not. You're just running resource for no apparent reason whatsoever because you're not helping anything. Miners are, and that's the thing. You know, I mean, the whole this new era of Bitcoin maxis, you know, they're just, I don't know, they're just blinded by numbers go up, and even the numbers, you know, there isn't much room to go up either. What, you're gonna go up 4, 5, 10 times? You know, it's more crypto with XMR has 20 times more potential than that, if not more. You know, but it's not even about if numbers go up anymore. I think it's a trap at this point, pretty much. I think it just you know, look, BlackRock and Larry Fink, you know, these people are not stupid. If they're shilling something, that means they already bought. You know, when they were hating on Bitcoins, they were buying. You know, now they're down buying, they're shilling. So what they're doing is, you know, oh, ETF, great. So what are we gonna do? Oh, let's do this. Let's take every baby boomer's money that they put in their life savings, in their retirement and stuff, and then let's start buying Bitcoin and pump, you know, BlackRock's Bitcoin up, and then we're gonna crash Bitcoin. While we cash out, we're gonna blame crypto and Bitcoin for baby boomers losing all their life savings, and then they're going to go after government begging for more regulations so crypto won't do this to them anymore, and they win. You know, they cash out at the top, they blame crypto loses, they gets regulated. Uh, I mean, it's such a simple plan. It's genius. You know, I mean, if I was an evil genius billionaire, Larry Flink, I would probably do exactly that. But they
You
can't do this with Monero, you know.
you fit in very well around here, my friend. So stop by anytime. You're speaking the language that we often speak around here. I don't know.
That's why I
I don't
said
know
it,
why we
man.
get it. Yeah. A lot of
Yeah.
people, you know, the noobs out there, man, they're getting fooled by people like Saylor. Like you said, even the number go up narrative is kind of silly at this point, right? Like, yeah, number's going to go up, but you know, you're not going to 1000x from here for Bitcoin. I mean, maybe in a couple of centuries, I don't know, but you know, it can only double so many more times. So even that narrative is a bit silly. Like you said, it's really just about capturing the people and then being able to offload their profits.
Right.
No, you guys are definitely going to hit it off at the event. I think I think Kush definitely speaks the language.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
so
Well, I mean, we're
that's
definitely
why, you
bringing.
know,
Sorry, go ahead, Forrest.
I think I was just gonna say I think that's why Kush is actually you're the real bridge in this situation. You know what I mean? Because you're going to be able to speak the language at the Monero event, but then at all the other events that we go to, you know, when it's maybe it's ETH Denver, or you know, I was just at an Avalanche event in Argentina. You know, it's really important to meet and talk to new people who aren't in the same ecosystem, because you know that's really how I think we grow and how we could really connect.
Yeah, and from a Monero perspective too, right? Like I said, a lot of Monero people are looking for new on-ramps, off-ramps, but this also becomes a great way to introduce the DeFi community to Monero, right? So there's those that really, you know, haven't really gone down the rabbit hole of figuring out why privacy matters, why crypto needs to be fungible. But maybe as they're playing around on SquadSwap and they're trying to, you know, just make a dollar no matter what form it comes in, they eventually stumble upon wrapped XMR and start learning about it that way. And
Look, our link to
hopefully with
Telegram
enough
is there.
education. What's that?
Yeah, I was gonna. You hit it on the nail on the head. The education is one of the things is we're trying to bring to SquadSwap as well. So if anybody, and this education can go both ways. We're educating our community about XMR, and yeah, XMR community probably needs to be educated on, you know, decentralized exchanges. And you know, welcome to join our Telegram channel. We have people, even community members, just anxious to hold hands, help people out, introduce. Our actually community is very vibrant, very down to earth. If you like my character, you know, or Forrest, you're gonna love our community. So it's a great place to be on our Telegram. And you know, we're gonna introduce actually Monero as well. You know, easy JavaScript, so anybody can run from any device, provide this to our community so and people can get involved in mining Monero as well. But yeah, I mean, look, I'm not even sweating about centralized exchange delisting. This is actually a great opportunity in disguise for the whole XMR ecosystem, because centralized exchanges are gone. Their time is limited. They serve their purpose. Every giant falls. I don't know if you guys remember back in the days, the
AOL.
Binance. Well, the old OG Binance, what used to be Poloniex or Bittrex, right? That was the exchanges to get listed on. If you're listed, boom, you made it, right? Where are they now? Gone. Same thing is gonna happen to Binance. I wouldn't even get excited. Like, our community is like, oh, when Binance listing, as far as our tokens. I'm like, I'll go with the flow, I entertain them. But in reality, I really don't care, because that would be a waste of money, waste of effort to put getting listed on Binance. This uh, legal stuff you got to jump through and all the fees you pay. It's garbage. Why? When 2 years down the line, they're not even going to be here. There's already decentralized exchanges that are operating. The UI mimics completely, centralized exchange. So why even put your funds, let some central authority be the custodian of your funds? No, just go to DEX. And the way we're trying to build our DEX is to really give people Web 2.0 experience when joining. It's we're trying to make it simple with the instructions, with the UI. So when people try to use our platform, they won't feel like, oh, it's a new Web3 crypto thing. No, it's just like signing on to, I don't know, Facebook something, using a native Web 2.0 app. So of course, there's a learning curve to everything, but it's not complicated. And if there's questions, we're definitely around, to help out. And we will be putting out more step by step or how to instructional videos that goes over specifically each function, each procedure, all the great features we have. So yeah, hopefully people won't mess up, but honestly, there isn't a lot of room to mess up anyways. Everything is pretty self-explanatory.
So just
Fantastic.
to cover, if I can
Go ahead,
ask
Tux.
once again, the risk of putting your Monero into wrapped XMR, you're relying on this service that's hosted by a party. Let's say the service shuts down, because I don't really know how the Binance Smart Chain works, so I don't know what the guarantees are here. Let's say the service shuts down, you can't unwrap your wrapped XMR. What are your ways out at that point? Can you still swap your wrapped XMR for another BSC token?
Yeah, you can always swap your wrapped XMR as long as it's, your wrapped XMR never really leaves the Binance chain, right? It's it actually, the way it works is once you bridge over, the contract mints that exact amount of XMR you bridged over. When you bridged out, that exact amount is destroyed. So the amount stays, consistent on BSC's side to what's exactly in, let's say, the hot wallet, right? So what you're really asking, well, you actually asked it pretty clearly, what happens to the XMR. So what happens is, the wrap one you can still trade, but you won't be able to exit till let's say the new UI comes up, right? So there's fail-safe procedures in place, just in case the interface gets taken down, or some authority seizes whatever. There's a bunch of onion links, whatever we can provide, that will provide you interface to the backend. So they can take the interface down. The backend they'll never be able to take down, and you could actually interact with the backend without even a interface. There'll be instructions for that as well. However, as soon as we put the backend on, there are layer 3 blockchain service providers that pretty much do what like Amazon AWS does, or DigitalOcean. They're pretty much hosting small VPS sessions in a decentralized fashion, right? So you got redundancy within, let's say, 21 nodes running your VPS session. So all we need to do is offload the backend onto one of those services, or actually multiple services. Then at that case, at that point, yeah, nothing's gonna take down the bridge either. So you can always bridge in and out of your XMR.
Okay. But we are still relying on some party to provide the liquidity for unwrapping, right?
Liquidity is provided by the people. So what you see over there is actual liquidity. So it's not like so that 40,000 worth of LP is 40,000 worth of XMR that's being bridged over using that bridge in order to provide LP. So right now, if you go buy, let's say $5,000 worth of XMR from from that pool, well, 5,000 against 40K LP, it's going to give you a nice price impact, but you'll still be able to buy it and then go to XMR wrap, unwrap it, send it to your wallet. You're out, in and out. You don't have to stay in the wrap mode. You can be in and out, mitigate risk. But for now, this is at that stage where, again, it's no different than any other project or even some change. A lot of them, pretty much the back end is still controlled by multi-signature, right? Let's say 3 out of 5 signature control. Even Chainlink itself, right? There's a few people controlling the entire platform that controls billions of worth of finance, in a multi-sig. But it all comes down to whether those entities are trusted and they will, or if they can collude. At this situation, in our situation, that's a very unlikely situation. Minimal risk. It's still it's under multi-sig. None of these people will have incentive to steal this money, being that they've made their wealth already. So a few thousand or million is not gonna even put them to even consider such a thing. And even if one considers, again, the other two will not oblige, so it's not gonna work. But this is the initial steps. However, in the future, we will try to also offload the hot wallet in a more decentralized DAO controlled fashion. So it will not even be to mitigate that human factor risk as well. Yeah.
Macbeth tip 20 cents. Does the rate that you start the staking at stay the same until you unstake it? Or does the rate change live? Example, 30% now until you unstake, or 30% today, but tomorrow 10% and 25% without unstaking?
The way the DEXs work, the APRs are at every block, it recalculates the APR based on the amount of liquidity. So if it increases, the next block, it's going to recalculate and it's going to reduce the APR. If you remove the LP, it's going to recalculate and increase the APR. So the more people join, the more it reduces. But we do have the ability to, increase the multiplier on the back end. So if it drops too quick, we can always increase the multiplier to give to keep the APR juicy. Matter of fact, our plan is to keep this APR juicy at least till MoneroTopia or end of the year. But if traction picks up, volume picks up, then the APR would also automatically increase on its own.
So just to be clear, this number right here on the Wrap XMR page, available XMR for unwrap, this is Monero that has essentially been deposited into a multi-sig wallet that people have deposited to get wrapped XMR minted on BSC, right?
Exactly. Matter of fact, that's one of the suggestions I sent to the dev. I told them to remove that because that's going to confuse users thinking that's their balance. But yeah, that should be somewhere on the top showing total amount that has been wrapped over onto BSC. Yeah.
Did we answer Shortwave's question? Shortwave tip 25 cents. How can I take like USDC loan with wrapped XMR on something like I don't know. Can you guys make sense of that question?
Well, I mean, you can't there's lending platforms like VXS on Venus. Venus Finance, I think it's called, on Binance Chain, but you can only lend and borrow against tokens they support. So they don't support XMR, wrapped XMR yet. But if you want, you can, I don't know, if you can take your XMR, sell it for, I wouldn't do that, but sell it for something they support and then lend it, take the earnings by XMR. I don't know. But yeah, it's up to them. Maybe down the line, we will also deploy, who knows, a lending borrowing platform. We like building things anyway. So, but yeah, maybe down the line, but I don't think there's anything. Well, I'm sure there isn't anything that supports this version of wrap XMR yet. But if it becomes, if it becomes popular, gains volume, liquidity, yeah, definitely there'll be platforms that would want to support and, leech off that volume and liquidity.
All right.
Sorry, I have one more question.
Go for it. Yeah.
How does the discrepancy between the stake liquidity and the available XMR to unwrap on this wallet work out? Because I can see people depositing Monero to get wrapped XMR, and then they stake it on the WXMR farm and they earn money. There's going to be more, air quote, available wrapped XMR value.
Yeah, so definitely there needs to be Forrest. Let's plan to have another session just to go over the basics on some DEX functionalities. I think, I get this a lot. So I think people need to learn the basics of how standard DEX like Uniswap forks work, because they're all pretty much just work the same way. And we are also a Uniswap fork, so is PancakeSwap, so is, anyways. So when you provide liquidity, you're providing both sides, right? You're providing, let's say you're providing BNB and XMR liquidity. So the value of both in USD has to be the same. So you have to provide, let's say you're doing $1,000 worth of liquidity you want to provide and earn. So you have to provide $1,000 worth of XMR and $1,000 worth of BNB. So, you create this 50-50 pair that becomes the 100% of your liquidity. So now you provided liquidity. So what happens is, this is where your numbers could change soon as you create that liquidity pool. So now you provided 50-50 pair. Well, what happens, let's say if somebody buys 25% of the liquidity pool, right? That means you're gonna buys 25% XMR from that liquidity pool. Well, you're gonna have 25% less XMR, but 25% more BNB, right? Because that was the offset, that was the trade. So at that point, if you remove your LP, you're gonna have 25% less XMR, but 25% more BNB. So technically value is still the same. I mean, you can go sell your BNB and, buy that XMR to make up for it, whatever you want to do. But that's how the system works. So, this is how you pretty much, I mean, the value technique, there's things called incremental loss. You can look into that as well. That's the loss people see. It's not really loss, but it's more like missing out, right? Let's say if you didn't provide the liquidity pair, right? Your XMR was sitting by itself and your BNB was sitting by itself. If XMR price doubles, right, 100%, it goes up, what's today, 150, it goes up to 300, right? Well, if you were sitting on the sideline, your XMR is going to go up to 300. But if XMR goes to 300 at a time you were providing LP, well, your LP's value is going to go up because XMR value went up, but it went up slowly as people were buying it. So when you remove it, you're not going to get the exact amount of XMR that equals to the value you would have had if you would have just kept your XMR. It's too long of a subject to cover right now, but definitely these are the basics. Technically, you don't lose out. I mean, again, you just get the other side of the pair, and if you go buy your XMR back, you still have your original XMR plus the rewards you earned from the platform. It's just that this is the quote unquote risk of providing LP, is that you're a market maker, right? It's no difference than going on a centralized exchange that provides rewards for market makers, right? So what you have to do to earn this reward as a market maker, you have to provide liquidity on both sides, on the sell side and the buy side. Well, if that coin does good or bad, one side is going to get eaten up, right? So the market maker is left with more on this side and a little bit less on this side. Same thing on the DEX. Same exact thing. You're being given rewards for being a market maker. So liquidity providers are nothing more but a market makers. It's just that automated market maker. Hence the term AMM. Yes.
I see. Okay, that makes.
If I may hop in real quick, Tuxedo. I think Kush was explaining really the mechanics on how DEX works, but what I'm understanding from your question is your concern of this inflation rate is printing wrapped Monero, and then if people have more wrapped Monero than that's gone in, how are they going to take it out, right? Well, just to give you an idea, with the wrapped BNB and wrapped Monero farm, the token that is rewarded is actually Squad. So it's the native token of our DEX.
Okay. Yeah, that answered my question directly.
And then in the pool, right, where you stake Squad and earn wrapped Monero, yes, that does have an inflation rate. But what we're doing is we're actually bridging Monero, and then we're taking that wrapped Monero and using that as the token in the reward pool and distributing that. So it's not like they're printing wrapped Monero on one side and only 100 Monero tokens have gone into Binance Smart Chain, but now there's 110 wrapped Monero tokens on Binance Smart Chain. If everyone tries to exit, it wouldn't be possible because there isn't enough in the bridge, right? But no, we've made sure to cover our bases with that.
Right. Yeah, Monero always stays 1-to-1. Again, if it's minted, it's created. When it's exited, it's destroyed. And yeah, I guess you're right. By the time I got to the point, I forgot the point for us. Thanks for bringing me back. But yeah, the reward you get is Squad token. So we're not really inflating. We're not inflating at all XMR. You're earning Squad token is part of the DEX's reward mechanism. So yeah, by providing XMR and BNB liquidity and being a market maker, you earn rewards. So current rewards are at 30% rate. So enjoy them while you last.
Let Michael get his follow-up question here, and you guys may have kind of indirectly answered. Will the APR payments be 30% of the Monero or 30% of the dollar value of the Monero / crypto?
It's the dollar value of XMR of your liquidity pool you provided, but that dollar value reward is in Squad token.
So yeah, you put $100 of LP, you'll get $30 back by the end of the year, but you're getting it in a token that's Squad, which obviously the price fluctuates. So hopefully by the end of the year, that $30 will actually be worth $300,000.
So at some point during the year, you accrue.
Yeah, I mean, maybe next week. Who knows? Anything's possible, right?
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, theoretically, if you want to see that exact yield earning, then you have to after every block you have to. Well, that wouldn't make sense because your fees are gonna outscore that. But yeah, if you withdraw, let's say once a day, sell your Squad for USD, that's exactly what your APR is going to be. But if you don't sell your squad, maybe you think it has more potential, and then you sell it a year down the line when the price is up, then yeah, you're gonna see more appreciation. But also there's a risk the price will go down. So let's not beat around the bush.
If you
But yeah,
really want to, you can
that
take that
yeah.
accrued interest in Squad and swap it with like USD.
Actually,
Yeah,
let's
put it
make
to
it let's
XMR.
make it more let's make it
swap
more
in there.
fun. What you can do is provide XMR BNB liquidity, earn squad token, take that squad token into our staking pool, and earn XMR token by staking your squad token. So staking is not providing LP. There's no risk in staking. You just it just locks your token and then provides rewards, in return. So yeah, provide LP for XMR. By doing so, you're earning rewards, you're helping the ecosystem, you're helping the XMR liquidity pools grow, and in return you earn squad token, and you can compound your earning by taking that squad token and staking with it and earning more XMR. And then take that XMR, create more LP, add it to the LP to compound. All right, I'm gonna stop. But that's the fun of DeFi, we're all here to just cycle coins around and earn more of them, right? Till people come out with real use case for this thing called crypto.
Yeah, I'm personally, I'm not really in the Ethereum space, so all this is kind of new to me. So sorry if I had some very noobish questions, and also just being able to make money, immediately raises red flags.
I mean, honestly, Binance Chain is a great place to start because the fees are so low. And this is how I got on Binance Chain personally. I mean, yeah, I could afford the fees, and stuff. But when I first wanted to learn about this, when Uniswap first came around, there was a lot of forks, but it cost arm and a leg just to, provide LP and this on Ethereum. So I'm like, okay, I got to learn this, but, but I don't want this to cost me thousands. So I tried Binance Chain, and each transaction is less than 5 cents. So, for me was, at that point, it took less than a week to grasp the concept of this, yield farming and
pretty similar to Ethereum, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it's pretty much identical. There's some difference in the consensus because it's a pure. It was a proof of stake first. They were doing the first proof of stake. It actually was multi-layered. They were using Cosmos a chain or a fork of Cosmos chain as their consensus, and then I don't want to dive into it, but yeah, it's pretty much exact fork of Ethereum. If a certain contract runs on that, it's going to run on Binance chain. So if you want to learn, if it works here, it's going to work there. So if you want to learn, it's best to learn on on this chain because it has the highest it's not just cheaper, but it really has the highest volume, highest transaction. So one of highest liquidity. So you're not going to be testing in a desert, right? There's going to be action while you're testing. But honestly, community is great, especially ours, of course. But join, we're more than happy to help, hold hands, show you guys how things are done. And again, it's really once the concept clicks in your mind, it's very simple. It just takes that moment and just little poking around, and in less than a week you'll be a DeFi pro, bro. Trust me.
So in regards to that, last and final question for me. Sorry, I'm asking.
No, this is good. This is good, Tux. I think a lot of people in Monero land, like I was saying before, really haven't really delved into the whole DeFi world.
No, I mean, I haven't been in the DeFi stuff that much. I've been kind of primarily Monero, just like most people, like you said. If somebody wants to try this out, what wallet do you recommend for somebody to use for BSC?
Well, again, go to wallet for people is MetaMask. I would stay away from that. That's a government surveillance system, spy agency, and they actually can.
Oh, really?
They have access to your private keys. It's in their EOLA. If you read their agreement, it says it. They can have access to your private keys. So stay away from MetaMask. There's the one I personally like to use is SafePal. though it's a Chinese company. But I really love their hardware wallet, and they have hardware and software wallet. So you know, you don't have to have the hardware wallet, but if you have it, it makes a great complement, and it's one of the best hardware wallets I've seen with the camera. Really slim. Um, but yeah, again, you can. I don't know, Forrest, what's your favorite software wallet to use on
I mean, I would
Binance
say
Chain?
Cake Wallet, but we only support Ethereum and Polygon. We don't support BSC, so
You guys
maybe
should
that's a
probably.
future edition.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, especially if you guys aggregate through other, swapping platforms, trading platforms. You know, if you click in, yeah, hook into Binance Chain, you know, you probably have access to our liquidity as well, to aggregate through, or you know, or we can aggregate through you guys either way. But yeah, the Cake Wallet, yeah, wouldn't work right now. But I use SafeCloud. It's you know, simple. Just you'd have a browser extension. You can use that one. You know, just generate an address. Um, Make sure you put a proper long password on your wallet. Yeah, just simply connect, and that's it. You're set to go. I mean, you can start interacting with the site. I guess first thing we'll do is go to the bridge site. Just send over, I don't know, zero point 0.1 XMR if you want. Bridge it over, see how, you know, see it work. And if once the bridge goes through, maybe you want to send a one whole XMR, and then start with that. Add a LP, start earning rewards, take your reward, put in a staking pool, see how the flow goes, and understand the mechanics. And then you can, you know, unwrap, see how unwrapping goes, how you know, quickly you receive it. And yeah, if it works smooth, then you can, you know, you want to going with the bigger amounts, go ahead. But I would say at least till MoneroTopia, just test with small amounts, because we're also still testing. But afterwards, I would say, yeah, we'll remove the beta tag, and it'll be much more, you know, tested and rigged and ready to go. So at that point, you're more than welcome to bridge any amount you want. But right now, just I would say more of a testing.
Interesting.
All right, guys. This was great. Fantastic. Thank you guys again for the sponsorship, for the privacy tech sponsorship for MoneroTopia. Greatly appreciate it. Very excited to be hanging out with you. Are you guys both coming down, or is it just going to be Kush? Is Forrest coming as well? Or
Yeah, fortunately, we
Yeah,
were,
we're both
you know,
there.
more of our team was gonna come. Two of them bailed out last minute. I'm gonna say, you know, I'm gonna blame their wives, but well, actually, one of them is single. But yeah, Forrest and I will be joining you guys. We'll bring some goodies with us as well.
Sweet.
Yeah, we got some nice handouts, probably like Monero keychains and stuff to give out. But yeah, we'll bring some goodies with us as well.
David is saying he's going to try after lunch. All right, so we got people looking to give it a shot.
Excellent. Yeah, and don't
Still need
forget to
figure
work
out how to get my XMR off Konami wallet. Okay.
Withdraw into Cake Wallet, sir.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Yeah, and actually that's what I use, Cake Wallet. I send it from Cake Wallet to XMR wrap, go from there, and works smooth. So there's a little bug with the
Yeah, I
XMR.
also downloaded Cake Wallet as well.
With the Cake Wallet, I need
Yeah.
to submit a bug report on that one. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. If I go to Coin Control, and specify a specific what is it, UXTO, right? And then and then to send out specific amount from that selected UXTO. Then when I press send, it pretty much doesn't give me error, but it just the app closes. But if I just select that UXTO, but I don't change the amount, so I leave the whole thing, it works. So I know probably many users don't go don't go down to that level when using the wallet. But
yeah, definitely not for Monero. Yeah, if you could DM me, send
yeah.
me the details of that, and I'll look into that, see if that's something that can be fixed.
Yeah, what I'll do is I'll just capture the video of how exactly it behaves, and I'll send that one over.
Awesome, thank you.
No problem.
And you were saying it was called SafePal. Somebody's asking the name of that wallet. SafePal for BSC.
Yeah, SafePal, SafePal, SafePal.
Okay. And then XMR Cash is asking, how about adding Pirate Chain to SquadSwap? You got a Pirate Chain fan that wants to add Pirate to Squad. I don't know. Is that on your
Pirate adding chain
list?
to SquadSwap, adding their token coin, or supporting
it's a
their chain?
standalone blockchain. It's called
Pirate
Swap.
Yeah.
No, I know Pirate Chain. I've heard of it. I think I know a few guys from the community, but yeah, I know there's their own chain. Are there EVM chain? If they're EVM chain, yeah, no. Forget. But yeah, we're more than willing to down the line add more layer one coins to this bridge that community demands. But right now we're sticking with XMR for now.
All right, fellas. Yeah. Any last words before we move on? We still got a big show ahead. We still got price report, viewers on stage. You guys are welcome to stay along, obviously, for the entire show. But yeah, if you want any last words when you have the stage right now. Now's the time.
I was just gonna say, follow us on Twitter and join the community and Telegram. So if you have any questions, we could be there to help. And no, we're looking forward to seeing you guys and meeting everyone in Mexico City in a couple of weeks, basically, right? So it should be a great time.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Can't wait for those tacos, man.
Plenty of tacos, brother.
Excited to see you guys down there.
All right, catch you guys later. Yeah, and don't forget to stop at our booth for some goodies. And yeah, well, thanks for having us, guys.
Yes, fantastic. Yeah, you're welcome to stop in on the show anytime, and very much looking forward to hanging out with you guys down in Mexico City at MoneroTopia. And
awesome.
Thanks for the sponsorship and for being open and providing the community information. Everybody definitely appreciates that, and I think, like we said, there's not a lot of DeFi users in the Monero sphere, so this is a good bridge into DeFi for those that are into Monero. So appreciate that.
Right on.
All right,
cheers.
Moving on. Yep. Cheers, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks so much. We will move on. We will do price report. Let's get Body up here.
All right, Buddy's probably
on stage.
waiting. Let's get
I know, but Buddy's regretting now that he didn't go first, I think.
Let's do it.
The MoneroTopia Price Report segment is sponsored by Exolix, a privacy-focused, non-custodial instant crypto exchange. Go to exolist.com to enjoy secure and completely anonymous swaps with no KYC or sign-up. Swap between Monero and 2,000 plus assets at the most competitive rates and with no limits. Exolix.com, your fast and secure way to privacy.
Hello,
Buddy. What's up, buddy?
How's it going?
It's good, man. Just enjoying the show. Interesting
Sweet.
guest, interesting platform.
Yeah, man. Do you do the DeFi stuff at all? Is that do you dabble with that? You definitely right?
I dabble, but it's more like it's normie dabbling. I'm just like occasionally trying to buy stuff that I think will go up in value, but I don't really do like the meme coins. I'm not hardcore into the DeFi stuff. It's mostly that I just use it, like the big headline items, like the stable coins
for swapping.
But are you staking and like you're trying to earn APR on your?
I've always, at the risk of, I don't want to be too negative, Nancy, considering we just had the guest, but my personal strategy has never been to do all the staking stuff. I feel like it comes with significant amounts of risk. And crypto goes up by such massive amounts. I mean, like my strategy is, hey, find the moments in time that you're going to make a 2x, 5x. and try and make big sums of money at the right moments in time, and then sort of just like tread water, bide your time. So I always felt like, why am I going to be staking with high risk for 10% yield or 20% yield when I buy something that's probably going to go up like 2, 3, 5x?
Yeah, like especially for Monero right now where it's at, I feel like you're better off within a year just holding that Monero and Monero. Now I'll probably try it with some amount of money just to try it, see how that works. I've never done it before. I'm, like Doug was saying, I'm a Monero person. I'm not in the DeFi/Web3 space, so all this is pretty new to me. Interesting to see Monero offerings on there, so might just check it out. Maybe put some money in there, just see how it works.
Yeah, I kind of wanted to ask them why they chose BNB as their platform. Like all the validators.
Mind if I bring him up again real quick, just to give him hopefully
sure,
it doesn't turn into too long of a convo. Hold up.
No, just a couple questions maybe.
Oh yeah, Kush, if you're still there, Body could ask you a few questions as well.
Sure, still here.
Yeah, so I was wondering what was the selection criteria that y'all chose BNB? Was it like y'all started a long time ago developing, and so you just kind of kept doing that, or was there like other specific reasons?
I think it was more of a chain of events. What happened was, like I mentioned earlier, when I wanted to dabble in DeFi, got into Binance, right? Tried to Binance Chain. Well, through Binance Chain, I bumped into a PancakeSwap, a platform. Made a killing off it, but but way early. I was actually at one point I think I was holding 3% of their supply. But yeah, I did well, and I was all into their ecosystem. They had a huge community. So Binance again was Binance Chain was blowing up, and it's top 2, 3. Well, it was after ETH, it was the second most used, and in some scenarios, it was even in statistics higher than Ethereum chain. Till Solana meme coin, Diggins came along. But yeah, Binance Chain is still the second, third highest used, highest volume, highest TVL, most transactions per second, highest users. But anyways, I came, to PancakeSwap, and I bought into their NFT. With NFT, I came across this the community in the Telegram channel, joined. Again, I've been in this space for over a decade, and it was unlike any, and I've been part of many communities, but this was unlike any other. And I've been with this same community for ever since. It's been 2, 3 years probably, and we grew together, created culture, history, and then slowly trust started to fall off. With PancakeSwap team, we felt like they deserted us as a community, as a collection. We just took action, and unfortunately we had the people, resource, and everything necessary to pretty much create a competing product that delivers utilities to a PancakeSwap NFT collection now. So that's kind of part of the DEX is part of the it offers utilities and discounts, and even our other projects. We've built other stuff like marketplaces, but that's why we chose BNB chain, and we just
started a long time ago, and you were in. I mean, Binance was the thing to be in, and so you went with Binance because that was the thing. It still has liquidity, and so that's just where inertia has left you guys, and it's still apparently a good choice in your mind.
Right. Even though we bridged out over to other chains, still BNB remains the focal point for us. Yeah.
The other thing that I'd like to know is what kind of protection mechanisms do you have in place that an outside observer, a third-party observer that wants to use this wrapped service, how can they validate that the XMR that's in the wallet, in the multi-sig wallet, actually has the Monero that is represented by the wrapped Monero Binance chain? Like, what are those mechanisms that y'all have?
We don't. Quick answer, but I mean, if it was Bitcoin, it would be easier. I could just point to a blockchain address, right, and then you can look at the balance, transactions, and all this stuff. With XMR, it doesn't quite work that way.
At the end of the keys? Like, do y'all publish the view keys of the wallet?
Of course, we can do that. Yes,
you can, or you have.
We haven't, but we can. This platform, the bridge was, it's been in planning and creation for months, but it was just put up for less than a week. Matter of fact, we tried to get it up and ready before the show, so we had actually a few days of testing before the show as well. But yeah, it's new, and please, yeah, any advice like that would help bring more trust, whether it's sharing the view keys, or again, I'm even willing to if the XMR community can nominate multi-key signatorial, we can take on somebody else from the community that the community trusts that can be a multi-sig key holder, to mitigate that risk even further. I'm all open for any suggestions like that. But
so I'm
yeah,
sure
and
you're aware of the whole the fractional reserve practices that Binance as an exchange had engaged in against Monero. Yeah, I think publishing the view keys is an essential thing that you guys have to do to gain the trust of the Monero community here, because just the fact that Binance Smart Chain was an integrated and still is an integral part of the Binance exchange. We're very, very suspicious of everything Binance related because of the price attacks they did against us. So I feel like you really have to publish those view keys at a minimum.
Noted. We'll definitely add that on a to-do list. But also would like to add that even though Binance Chain was created, it is a Binance creation, yeah, you could say. CZ himself, optically tried to distance himself from direct Binance to Binance Chain connection. And I think that's kind of being kept that way. And honestly, I don't think Binance team would have any say over the chain anyways. They do probably finance some development, but I think if they try to go rogue on the chain, the node operators won't have it. And yeah, I think to a certain extent, no, Binance Chain is separate from Binance.
Who are the node operators? It was my impression that the actual node operators, for the most part, aren't published. Or we should call them validators,
no,
right?
Of course they are published. Node operators, they don't need to be published. The thing is, node operators have to put certain down as certain amount.
Yeah, it's a proof of stake. It's a DPoS system and a proof of authority system.
Exactly, right.
But
So they have to be
in a lot of cases, the validators, they might be staked, but they're not necessarily published. We don't know exactly who they are. And in a lot of cases, I think the suspicion is
usually what happens is there's 21. Yeah, there's 21 delegators. So these delegators get voted on. So these delegators themselves don't hold the actual weight. They are required to put a minimum down to become a validator, but the majority, 99% of their weight is from voters. So voters delegate their weight to the delegators, and those delegators, if they have enough weight, then they move up the ladder, and if they move up to all the way to the 21st place or even higher, then they become validating transactions. So there's a lot of validators that are sitting on the sidelines because they don't have enough weight to become a delegator. But the ones who build trust and the community votes for those delegates, and most delegates are actually platform operators like I think Anchor, Venus, and few others. So major actually industry players become the validators, and they wouldn't want to go rogue on the chain because that would pretty much wipe them out. So I think there would be certain level of disdain or not following Binance's commands if the node operators feel like this is gonna harm the network.
Yeah, that's a common security mechanism for sure.
Yeah,
that
there's
pretty much most
there's
chains
definitely
have,
financial.
Definitely.
Sorry,
So a lot of chains definitely have a similar security. Even Bitcoin itself, right? The mining ecosystem is fairly centralized, but it's also the same case. Well, why would they attack their own chain, right? That harms their own financial interests. So there's a type of game theory there. It might not be the exact game theory that was the intention behind a lot of the proof of work, proof of stake constructions. Nevertheless, it seems to function. It has been functioning for a long time. So, hey, there's guys. I don't know if I missed I don't know if we missed these super chats or if I'm just behind the curve here, but I think we have two of them unless y'all already covered them, then y'all let me know. Tux.
I think we did.
Okay.
Because I don't see any
I just
new
wanted
ones.
to make sure that that we didn't miss them. I must have missed that. Well, okay, I think that's let me see here. Check any other notes. No, I think that's all I wanted to ask. Kush, I appreciate you coming back on, man, to entertain my questions.
Sure, no worries, anytime. See you guys.
Thanks,
Later.
man.